Hi guys, in this video we're going to teach you how to do a flip jump. Stick around to the end because I'm going to show you common errors and ways you can improve your flip if you've already got it. Before we start guys, let's have a look at what the flip jump looks like out here on the ice. We're going to head over to the barrier and show you it on the wall first, so come on over. So on the barrier, I turn and jump anti-clockwise, so I'm going to be going on my left foot towards the wall. We will get a shot of this the other way around for any lefties out there. So I'm going to do my most common flip entry is the left outside 3 turn. So I'm going to do that towards the wall, where I'm going to place my toe pick in the ice here. At this point, I'm just going to change toes, so 2 toes going in the ice, and I'm going to continue rotating around to backwards. I'm going to hit my landing position, and you should from there be able to push off. Let's do that one more time. 3 turn towards the wall, toe pick to land and push away. And for you lefty skaters, here it is the other way around. My right 3 turn, turning towards the wall, toe, toe, and land. Can't you tell I don't do it that way? Right 3 turn, toe goes in, 2 toes, then land. 3 turn, 2 toes, and land. Right, that's the very first step. From there, we're going to start to learn how to cross your feet so we get this nice air position, so it's a nice tidy jump, and then we'll go onto 1 toe, and you can feel the hop, much like a loop jump. So, my way, left outside 3, I put 1 toe in. Now I'm going to cross my toes, so my front foot is in front of my first toe pick. I'm going to take that foot out and then land from there. Now what that's going to teach your feet to do is this, as you take off into the jump, it's going to teach that cross position. It'll make a bit more sense in a second when we build this up. So I'll do that one more time. With 3 turn, toes cross, then land from there. And here's that the other way around. Right 3, toes that cross, then land. Now the last step for this is to just do 1 toe, cross the feet like you did before, and then hop off your toe like a loop jump to get that final jump. So here we go, 3 turn, toe, cross the foot like you did before, bend your knee and do your hop like a loop jump. And here's that final prep for you lefties. Right 3, toes cross, bend your knee, hop to backwards, and push it away. When you take this out onto the ice, there's 3 main preps that I use, and there's a couple of extra exercises I've got that might help you with other issues that you might come across. So I'm going to build up these preps for you. Now, I like to use a line for these, so we're going to head on over to the hockey line. So we're on the hockey line. It's quite hard to see today because our ice is quite thick. It's middle of winter, so it's very thick ice today. But when I set a flip jump up with a new skater, we try and do everything in a straight line, okay? And this is because everything in your flip takeoff should be in line. If I quickly do a flip, you'll see what I mean. I'm going to do the push in, the 3 turn, the toe pick, and the landing should all be in line on this blue line like this. On the line, turn, take off, and land. All on the line, okay? Now, before we get into this entry, there is a scooter push that I need to show you. So the scooter push is where we glide along, use your toe pick to push. So it's a bit like you're on a scooter. And this is how we will set up your 3 turn entry. So what we're going to do is glide along, take your right foot forward and use that toe pick to push you forward. Toe pick pushes you forward, like that. Okay, so lefties will be the other way around, like this. Now, you can see me moving my arms a little bit here. This is just to counteract what my leg is doing as I do that scooter push. Later on, we'll talk about the arms in a bit more detail. For now, just let your arms do that natural counter that they want to do. So from that scooter push, I'm going to do my 3 turn and set up into this position. So that free leg should feel almost a bit like the bunny hop you learned before. Without jumping, set it up, push through. Still get the same lift in the knee and the same toe pick action. So here's the 3 preps that I would use to put together a flip from scratch. The first prep I would use is 3 turn, 2 toes, landing position. The one we did on the barrier. Looks like this down the line. Use your scooter push, 3 turn, 2 toes, and land. Scooter push, 2 toes, and land. So that's teaching you a couple of things there. It's teaching you first that your toe needs to be on the same line. It's also teaching you that the rotation doesn't stop there. It carries on. As I hit the toe, it turns. The second toe's just for stability. As you move down the line, it teaches you to keep that direction going, and eventually you're landing also on that same path you've just followed. So we give that a couple of goes. Scooter push, 3 turn, keep rotating, toe, toe, and land. You can see on that, when I do toe-toe, it's about half a turn for each step in the middle. If I did less than that, I would come off the line and end up coming off at a funny angle, which you can't do in the air. So it's fine for now to spend a bit more time on the toe. Later on, we do want that to be a shorter tap. We're going to talk about that. Okay, prep number 2. What we're going to do is cross those toes over like we did on the wall. So we're going to do our scooter push. The second toe is going to cross in front of the first one and then hit our landing position. Now that is also keeping us in line, it's keeping that rotation, but it's also teaching us how to cross our feet. So it goes like this. Scooter push, toes that cross onto the line and then land. Okay? Now, if you're a bit uncomfortable about trying that out here, you can take it back to the wall and have a go out there. If you skip this step and don't teach your feet to cross from day 1, you'll end up with a flip that kind of opens out like this. And you get a very ugly free leg stuck out the side. So if you do this prep well, it'll teach you to wrap up on your takeoff. And even with a little small single flip, you can get a really nice wrap of the leg from the first time you land it. Okay, prep number 3 is a cheated flip. Now it's cheated because we're going to spend too long on your toe pick on purpose. All right, so we're going to rotate half a turn on your toe pick, then hop out of it. And this is just going to give you the right setup for flip and then the guts to try it. So back on our line, I do the scooter push. I do 1 toe, I hold the toe, cross the foot and do the hop. So I end up backwards. Let's do that again. Do scooter push, 1 toe pivots and hop. Now, I know what people are going to jump in the comments and say that's going to create a really bad habit, which is why you need this extra exercise. As you practice this, we should also do these 2 exercises. The first one is just to set up your flip with your scooter push and go up and down. I said this is to teach you to not stay on that toe pick and get a smaller, quicker tap time on the ice. So from that takeoff, bending the knee and coming up as I hit my toe and landing on 2 bent knees. The key part to that is coming up on your knee when you hit your toe, and I'll explain why in a second when we do our common errors. The second exercise I would suggest you try is to land on 2 feet with a much shorter toe. So we take our step 3, which was to spend a long time and hop, And then you add it to this one. I'm gonna do a half turn, then a full turn. But we set the flip up the same. A shorter toe, I land on 2 feet first. And then we'll go all the way around. Shorter toe, 2 foot landing. Until you're happy to put those two together, cross your feet with the shorter toe you've learnt. And you'll have your flip. Right guys, let's show you a couple of different entries you can use for your flip. We've shown you the left outside 3-turn. This is a forward inside 3-turn takeoff. So for my way, I'm going to do a right inside mohawk, get that same position, and then take off from there. Let's see that again. Another entry you might want to try is stepping from backwards to forwards. Now, in that nature of stepping back to forward, you're going to carry rotation. So what I'm going to do is do my left 3-turn one from that to set that up, okay? It doesn't make a massive difference, but it can help you with rotation if you struggle to get all the way around. So coming in from back edge, I'll hold the back outside edge, step forward and use that rotation to set up that 3-turn. Like I said, just gives you a little bit more help, so there's 2 other ways you could try it. Okay, I'm gonna have a quick breakdown of each different body part as you do a flip. I'm gonna start with the skating leg. So the skating leg, what's really important is your knee action. Okay, so I wanna make sure as I do whatever, let's take the outside 3-turn entry. I bend before the turn, lift to do the turn, back down, ready to lift again, before I hit my toe, and that's the key point there. You rise up on your knee, then you hit your toe. If you hit your toe on the way down in that knee bend, it will skid. And that is a very bad common problem, which we'll go into a bit more detail in a second. So we want to make sure there's a nice down up through your turn, down up as you take off in the skating leg. Okay, and I'm roughly on the middle of the blade as I do that. So a really good exercise for that is to set up your position for flip takeoff. Just go up and down on your knee. But use this exercise to just get your alignment as you go up and down. You shouldn't hit your toe or lose your balance. You should be able to go up and down right on top of that skating knee. For the free leg, what's really important is that it's a nice extension after your 3-turn. It looks nicer, but it will also help you keep on track with your flip. So if I did a flip jump with a very loose leg, not only is it going to look a bit ugly, but it's going to veer me off my path. It could easily land anywhere but in line, which is where we'd like it to be. So I make sure after the 3-turn, I've done my scooter push, a 3-turn, and I stretch that leg down the line the way I want to jump before I hit it in. Now, I reach back for that toe quite far. Now, it might look like you hit the ice like this. In reality, what will happen is you'll come up on your knee. It will be more like this by the time we take off, okay? But I initially reach back to here so I can get a nice knee bend and have something to draw up to as I hit the toe. So this exercise is really good for that. If you place your toe pick in, it's gonna go down in a lunge and try and draw back up towards my toe pick before I jump. So this is actually what you want to feel, is that you're coming up in line, then hitting your toe to jump. So let's do a flip real quick so you can see that happening. I reach back with the free leg, draw up, then I hit the toe. Now that's a funny looking flip because I was just trying to show you the free leg action, but I'm hoping you saw that draw up of the knee there. Okay, let's talk about your arms and shoulders. Now, the most important position is that position after you've mohawked or 3-turned, this final position going into your flip. We need everything to be in line. So my back arm is up, in line with my front arm. This is my left, this is my right. I'm on my left foot and my right toe's in line as well. Everything's in line, no matter how you get there, mohawk or 3-turn. If you do that turn and set that up and it's out of line, there's so much that could happen. You might drop, You might take off too soon, too late. Lots of things can go wrong. So that's the main position. Now, when you first learn the flip, you'll probably find that you want to swing, check the 3, and then take off. And that's a lot of movement. And in the end, when you get a bit better at your 3 turn, you'll be able to keep this right arm in place back here with little movement ready to do your flip, which is something I'd like you to progress to once you've got the hang of this. Try and keep everything still. So I keep my right arm still, I turn 3 in this position, and then we use the arms to jump. So we're doing a quick talk about that. The arms when you jump a flip, flow through close to you like this, all right? So try not to get into this habit. This does give you rotation, it doesn't give you much lift. So through here and up into the air, where I'll then pull in. Elbows no higher than the shoulders as you come through. In order, it's left arm starts to move, right arm starts to move, then I'll hit my toe. And that's really key. Arms move, then the toe hits. Some people do toe first, start to turn, and then try and add the arms. And this is what that will look like. It's like a delayed jump when you do it like that. We must make sure you move your arms first before you hit your toe. 3 turn, arms move, then the toe. So we've already covered some common errors. Let's just put them all together now. Okay, the first common error we're going to look at is the not enough knee action, not enough knee bend. This is going to get you a smaller flip, not so much of a reach, and it's going to be stiff and a little bit out of rhythm. So if I just do the 3 turn and flick it round, and then I can't get much reach, I end up with a little flip. If I add knee bend, I can get a further reach, I can get good rhythm, and I can fix that down, up, and a much higher, easier feeling flip. Second common problem is the toe pick scratching or moving as you take off. Now this can be caused by either going in too early, which is what we just talked about with the knee action. If that toe goes in with my knee bend going down, all that force pushes my toe along the ice. So that's one way that can do it. So we must make sure you're on your way up as you hit your toe to fix that. Down, up from the 3, up, then hit the toe. Another cause of that is if you actually don't put your foot in on the toe enough. You put it down a little bit flat. So what I'm trying to do, if you feel like it's a bit flat, or you know it's flat, or that's what you can see in the video, I would aim to hit that top pick. You're not actually going to hit that top pick. You might, but it's just to get you from there to there. A little bit more angle on your ankle to get that toe pick in. So without the angle, might get this is the bad one. Flat blade. Did you see that? And now I'm going to come right up as far as I can on that toe pick to fix it. Right up on the toe to fix it. Another common problem in the flip is when the free leg toe goes a little wide. Now this can be because it's dropped, and it might also be that you're bringing the leg out wide and it's making it drop. So there's kind of 2 errors in one here. I'll do this away from you so you can see. So instead of being in line here, the toe drops to the side and results in me jumping slightly round the corner this way. You can also create a little bit of swing on your takeoff, because what happens is you basically pivot around that toe on your takeoff. So it ends up with this left side leading the way, and it just makes it a little bit out of control. I'll show you one. Leg to the side and around. Much more swingy and whizzy. So 2 things there, make sure that toe is in line. If you struggle to do that from the 3 turn, practice holding your 3 turn in a straight line. So what usually happens there when it goes wrong is your right side drops. So this hip will go lower and this shoulder will go lower. So 2 things you can do to help there. Once you've done your turn, this is your flip takeoff. we make sure this right hip hasn't dropped and it's just very slightly higher than the left hip, as is the shoulder. So you might see my back arm here is higher than my front arm, and that's because I'm lifting this right side up to help me get over here to stop it dropping. So here's the correction. I lift the shoulder and the hip up, then I'm able to stay over that left side much better. I feel like there's more common errors with the higher jumps as you go up. There definitely is. As they get more difficult, they get more complicated, there's more things that can go wrong. So here's another common error. What you might find is you have a skid on your 3-turn. We scooter push, the 3-turn skids before you take off. So, I mean, really the remedy for that is to go back to your 3-turn and make sure that that is a nice controlled turn. The skid is happening because you're coming up too much. As you turn, you're lifting the weight off your foot, and perhaps you haven't got a very strong check, so it's actually not turning very quickly, it's turning quite slowly as well. So a stronger check, coming up on your knee a little later will help you do this. Stronger check, up on the knee later, should be able to flick your foot round a little easier. One more common error, and this is important to say because we're using our scooter push, it's very common for people to scooter push and lose their posture. So when you do this push, I like to feel a little arch in my back and to feel these muscles are tight when I turn, and they're still there after I've turned. So I'm holding myself up. What few people do, they scooter push, they lose that posture, and then they take off in the jump too far forward. You must make sure your posture is up as you set it up from the scooter push. Don't wait till you're about to put your toe pick in to fix it. So I'm up now, scooter push up, 3-turn up, and I will land up. The position you take off in is the position you'll land in. So if I show you a bad one, you'll see this is the problem. This is what happens. Move forward, forward, forward on the landing. Don't forget how important that checking arm is there when you come to land as well. So when I land, I don't just open out. I must keep my shoulders slightly turned towards my landing leg and the left arm in front. Scooter push. Check, check. So really, these arms from this position, they move through. I do my jump, they come straight back to where they started. Left arm forward, right arm back. Move through, pull in, straight back to where I started. Okay, so we shouldn't end up landing around here. We'll still be here when we land. To get good control, ready for your double. Right guys, I hope that's helped your flip jump. We've covered almost everything there. So leave a comment below if there's anything else I missed or that you have a question on anything that we did today. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, and we'll see you in the next video.